Here's choir, go.
We had a little problem here. Good morning. God bless each and every one of you guys. It is Feel Good Friday. It is Friday, December the 30th, 2022, 35 minutes after the hour. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake Up Team. That's with Cindy J and Miss Miko. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right, guys. Chat room's wide open. Or you could call in the numbers 570-982-6950. iHeartRadio, radio.com. We truly appreciate you guys. Sponsored by Comedy World Network. Thank you so much, you guys. Also, shout out to our folks in Rochester, 100.9 FM. Thank you so much for all that you do for this show. Thank you. We truly appreciate you. Shawn Harvey Morning Show Future Wake Up Team is an easy show to find. Just Google it. Shawn Harvey Morning Show Wake Up Team pops up. Also, we're on all podcast platforms and all social media platforms. So we appreciate you joining our group on Facebook, Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team group. Thank you so much. Excuse us for being late, little technical difficulties, as they say, but we're here. Thank God for Jesus. We're on YouTube as well, Shawn Harvey Morning Show Wake Up Team. This is the only place where you get your morning love, but it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Cindy J, we're going to start it all over again. Good morning. God bless you. And how are you this morning, Cindy?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to everybody listening. We have an amazing show for you today on this Feel Good Friday, New Year's Eve pre-show. We truly appreciate you guys being here. We're going to get started with Sunny Says, where I will let you know what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have front page news with Sunny J, where I will let you know what is going on locally, nationally, and globally this New Year's Eve. So make sure you all stick around for that. Morning, Miss Miko.
Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Shawn. Good morning, all of our chat room members. Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Miss Miko. It feels good to be here on this Feel Good Friday, the last Friday of 2022, guys. How does it feel? We made it through 2022, and we look forward to new things in 2023. I'm going to get started today with the weather. In Bethlehem, PA, is 31 degrees, going to a high of 54. New York City, 38, going to a high of 53. In Rochester, you guys are at 49, believe it or not, going to a high of 57, but you guys will have scattered showers. We won't. I'll be bringing you some more tips. Yep, Miss Miko's tips will be up later on today, as well as today back in hip hop history. And we're also going to do a 2022 wrap up, and we're going to talk about all the highs and the lows of 2022. So stick around with us, the only place on earth where you want to get your morning started right.
Where you get your morning started right. Thanks, Miss Miko. We truly appreciate you, and we appreciate everyone. And guys, before we start, guys, special mix from DJ Antoine Qua. From WBLS, the world famous legendary Antoine Qua, straight out of New Jersey, but beloved all over the world. We have a special treat for you guys for our last show for the year, for the calendar year. DJ Qua right after the show, 9 o'clock. So we're going to extend the show a little bit. You know, we're going to go back to them old days when we used to do the show to 10 o'clock. But we'll be playing the music. We stop talking that a little bit after 9, but we're going to enjoy DJ Antoine Qua. Let's clap for that.
Yes.
DJ Qua is now part of the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with Cindy J and Miss Miko, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. So Antoine Qua is the lead DJ. Next month we got another DJ, but right now we are truly appreciative of my man DJ Antoine Qua. Speaking of DJ Antoine Qua, on January the 14th at Mr. East in Irvington, New Jersey. Guess what, Miss Miko and Cindy J? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team will be there. Red carpet interviews for the incredible DJ Antoine Qua. Let's clap for that.
Yes. Clap for us, guys.
So an event is almost sold out. So if you want to, hit me up for tickets and y'all come on out. Now, before we start, I want to say this, Miss Migo. Once again, even though Miss Migo, we truly appreciate you and you do a great job here. Let's. I don't know if you do a great job anyplace else, but I know you do a great job here, and I'm assuming that you do great jobs in your life when you leave here.
What do you want, Shawn?
I want to say this. Once again, let's give a round of applause to Cindy J for hooking up the room.
Oh, yes.
No problem.
All the time. That's
what I
does.
do.
Like,
yes.
damn, Cindy, you are so creative. So let's clap for that.
Yes.
No applause needed, but go on.
Okay. Now, Cindy, before we start, Miss Migo said This is the we're out of 23, 22, heading to 23. And Cindy, I beg to differ with Miss Miko this morning as well. This thing's not over yet.
What you mean, Shawn?
There's still a few hours left, and it could go down.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
So I just want to say, let's get to that point until we jump into the next year, because usually, you know what I mean? Like, so it's the end of the year, the weird things happen.
Right.
So you guys be careful out here in these streets. Let's don't jump into 23. We're not there yet, Miss Miko. I get it. We're almost there. We're not there yet. So you guys be safe in those streets. Because I know Cindy before when I was a younger man back in the day. And I'm for sure a lot of us can identify Cindy. Boy, we was hyped up about that New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Oh man, we had to get an outfit. We had to go out. Oh, we had to run to the liquor store. It was a lot. I'm gonna stop that. It was a lot. And I think, as you get older, especially older man like me, it's not a lot no more. I mean, I'm working. I'm blessed for that. New Year's Eve. But what I'm saying is, y'all be careful out there in New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, because you can catch it. And they always come out with these news stories on a Feel Good Friday. Antoine Quad, 9 p.m., guys. 9 a.m. Cindy, they always come out, Miss Miko, they always come out on New Year's Day with the first person that got killed in the hood.
I know, it's terrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
They do the wrap up from the year before.
They do the wrap up, and then they go, Juan Valdez, like it says at 12 midnight and 17 seconds, he fell out.
Yep.
So I'm just saying.
That's true.
Be careful in these streets. City.
Do you guys have New Year's plans? What are you guys doing?
I'm working on New Year's Eve.
Good for you.
I'm working 2 events on New Year's Eve,
and I got. Annoying. I would hate to be married.
I got my wife rolling with me. She don't need. She's like, oh my God, I got it. Yeah, you got it. So you want me to bring in the New Year's by myself at some comedy show?
Well, that's what you wanted to do.
Exactly. You said yes, sir.
Exactly.
So that's the plan. But again.
Poor Tanya. Have a good time, girl.
Word. She's gonna
sitting alone by yourself.
That's right.
Because she has to bring it in by herself with you while you're working.
That's right. This is gonna roll out with me while I'm working. What we gonna do? But once again, Cindy J, thanks so much, and everybody in the chat room. Are they in the chat?
They are in the chat room.
Good
morning,
Cindy J one more time.
Chatties.
Hey, chatties. You guys, what's going on?
Now, obviously, as you can see, we turned up a little bit. We got the hookah smoke, courtesy of Indigo Lounge. Let's clap for that.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
We appreciate you and your husband, Mike Dixon. God bless.
Hey, Mike. And where's Mike? He didn't want to come in this morning?
He's at work.
Mike.
Working.
Get out that job, Mike. Come on.
Don't promise him a good time, because he will leave.
That's right.
Don't tell him that.
That's
leave early, Mike. Say you got something to do. It's an emergency.
Remember, Mike came up here with the birthday show with Miss Miko, so we appreciate him for that. Cindy, what was I know the inspiration is obviously 2023, but how did this come about?
What?
Because I came in here, Miss Miko. First of all, Cindy texted me. Called me. She goes, listen, go pick up the food.
Yeah, do something.
Now, I said to Cindy yesterday, I said, Cindy, please, because I'm not talking. This is like my second, I'm not really talking because of my mouth. Pause.
Pause on your mouth? Okay.
Pause on the mouth.
Okay.
And I said to Cindy, text me what you need me to do, and I'll get it done. Of course, she didn't text me. But our last conversation was, go pick up the bagels from the supermarket, some cream cheese. Mm-hmm. Something like that. That was it. So I didn't hear from her, Miss Miko. So what I did, when I left the crib, I immediately started heading towards the supermarket. Supermarket open at 6 a.m. over here.
Okay.
So I left the crib about 6 o'clock to go get the bagels, whatever. Bring it back here.
Okay.
Miss Miko, I pull up in the parking lot of the supermarket. I get a call from Cindy.
I got the bagels.
No. She goes, Shawn, pick up the food from the restaurant.
Oh, you forgot to tell him about the food?
No, yeah. No.
Cindy, we talked about this.
Yeah, but I was like, I thought I was going to be able to do it, but it didn't work out the way I thought. So.
Right. So now I'm in, like, I look like this perverted old black man in the supermarket at 6:03 in the morning.
Oh who looks like that?
And then, you know when somebody tells you something and you got to redirect? So I make this weird U-turn in the parking lot.
Looking all weird.
Of the supermarket.
Looking sus.
Right, exactly. Like
Looking
if the
sus.
township police guy was there, he was definitely, it was a pullover.
Why are you doing a U-turn in the parking lot, sir?
Oh my gosh.
Should be like, my dealer's not here yet, sorry.
So I go to the restaurant. Sure enough, the food is there. It's ready. We get the food. I come driving here to the studio. I see this late model Mercedes-Benz kind of a car.
Oh, Lord.
Cindy, that's what we doing?
It was an Uber, so I have no control
And
over
I
what it
seen,
was.
like activity in front of the place.
Okay.
It was me
Tell
getting
me.
out of the car. I don't know what activity he saw.
But here's the optical illusion of that. I pull up. I come inside. It seemed like I thought Cindy getting out the car, but I come in here and the room is damn near just already decorated like this.
Yeah.
Cindy, was you here before? How did you do all of this?
Yeah, I didn't do it when I got here. I did it before. The only thing I didn't do was the balloons because I had to leave to catch my ride. So I was like, I'll just do it in the morning. But the rest of the stuff I did. The most thing that took a long time was that garland over there because we had it from a decoration before and it was all tangled up. I can't believe I sat here and untangled it.
It looks beautiful.
That was
Cindy.
my night last night.
You did a great job.
well, let's clap again.
No problem.
Yeah,
it was
and
fun.
then-
I had a great
Great job.
time.
And then, Miss
I had a
Miko,
great
before
time.
you came in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cindy goes, she yells out. I go, should we have some? I go, so do we have anything to drink? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we got a few waters over there. So Cindy yells out, yeah, Miko's going to bring something to drink. She's going to bring some orange juice. And then she stops. She goes, oh, my God. But who am I going to drink with? She's not really a drinker like that.
That's what
Yeah,
I
no,
said.
I'm about to be twisted.
No, I
3
just
minutes.
said,
I said, before I'm going to yield my time to you, Cindy, I said, but remember Miko at her birthday party in here, she was turned up.
off of one mimosa. We got a whole show to do. Because I was like, she's probably going to bring only one bottle and she going.
And look, I surprised you with
You
two.
did. I was like, okay. Miko saw how we get down in here.
So Miko, we're
I
gonna
will
call
have
your
her share.
husband. We're gonna call your husband soon
gonna
because
have
he
to
might
leave
have
work,
to come
come get
pick you
me.
up. But I think Cindy was more implying not the fact that you're not a drinker like that, but not to drink up to her level of drinking.
Yeah, I don't get down like Cindy. Cindy drink. I
You
can't
know,
keep
I
up.
think-
Cindy, do you drink?
Yes, you can. I mean, I don't think I do. I
don't
think
think-
the regular allotted amount of drinks that people drink. You know, they go out and want to have a good time.
And it's safe to say, guys, and welcome to the show. Get your hoodies, get your mugs. It's safe to say, Miss Miko, when Cindy, and clap for Cindy, she's already on that hookah. She is not
Yes.
letting that thing go. Let's clap for that.
I'll share. Ooh, it's minty.
We was at your lounge back in a few months back, and came in. It was happy to see all you guys, and purchased the hookah, Miss Miko.
Mm-hmm.
Passed it over to Cindy and her sister, and never saw
never
it again.
came back.
Never saw it again.
He didn't want it. He didn't really want it. That was the problem. That's all, Shawn.
So, guys, welcome to the show. We're gonna get right into this, man. We appreciate
Sean,
you.
they want to know if you gonna leave your bonus son home alone on New Year's. If Tanya's with you while you working, where the bonus son gonna be? They need to know what's going on with God.
Well, the bonus son
Yeah.
has me. Well, the bonus son's gonna be with his dad.
Since
Oh,
he's
okay.
the best radio host in the world.
Right. So
Okay, they're like,
that's
what's
what's
going on
gonna
with the
happen
bonus
with
son?
that.
Oh,
And then-
that'll be nice.
That's nice. So it gives my wife and I a chance to, get turned up and go out and do what we do. So, but thanks for asking, guys. I truly appreciate you guys. And guys, what do you
He's
guys?
gonna be home alone, y'all. No,
Yeah, he's gonna be home alone.
I'm gonna put this right here.
I mean, listen. And speaking of home alone, I ask this question to myself and everybody else, man. My kids are grown.
I'm going to hold this like this really quick. Just because nobody can see it. And I got it. I thought it lit up. Damn, Party City.
I asked this question since everyone, before we get into the show, I asked this question, and it just thought about it just now since we talking about it.
Get my story together.
What is the appropriate age, guys? And I'm talking to everyone in the chat, all of us. What was that age when you left your child in the crib by themselves? What was that age when you said, I'm going to run the store?
Like
you stay
to
your
run
ass.
to the store or like to go to work?
Not right.
There's two different leave at home.
Exactly.
Right.
Nah, let's
Like
keep
they gonna
it-
have to make breakfast and lunch, or I'ma be right back.
Right.
I think it's two different.
Okay, then let me clarify. Let's go with the be right back, because I don't want nobody to incriminate themselves on the show. What was that age, guys, of your children or your nephews, if you don't have it, just whatever age the child is, appropriate age, that you said, all right, run to the store. I'll be right back. Now, I'm going to start with me first. Cindy, my youngest child is 24. My oldest is 39. My son will be 40 years old January the 1st. Which is, before I get into that, which is weird for me because my oldest son, Shawn, was born on January the 1st. So a lot of times, New Year's Eve and New Year's supersedes his birthday. And I think anyone who celebrate their birthdays on major days like this.
Right.
So it's more like Happy New Year. Hey, happy birthday.
Happy
bro.
birthday. And by the way.
By the way, right. And usually that doesn't happen till later on in the day. But if I can remember, Cindy, I think the safe age for me, I think the first time I think my son was like 12 or 13, around that age. I was like, yo, I'm going to run out for a second. You just hold the fort down till I come back. Cindy, is that the appropriate age? 12, 11 to 13 to run out on and welcome to our New Year's Eve show, guys. What would be the appropriate age for you, or Miss Miko, for you as well, or anyone to run to the store? And you're right, it's levels to this. Just run to the store, not going to work and having the kid in the house the whole entire day. I'm talking about that first time you ventured out. And you said, you stay your punk ass right there. You know what not to touch and
nothing.
what not to do.
Yup.
Be right back. And back in my day, we ain't even had cell. We ain't even communicate. It was just Jesus was handling all of that. Now you could have cameras, FaceTime, and all that. Might be a little bit. Maybe, hey, with all this technology, maybe the child could start watching themselves at 5. I don't know.
Well, in the state of Pennsylvania, and I think many other states, I don't have a thing, there is no legal age to not leave your kids home. Like, there's no law that says if they're under 10, you can't leave them at home alone. They say it all depends on the discretion of the parent and the children, because you can have a 10-year-old that is more mature or of sound in mind than a 15-year-old.
Right.
So technically there's no age limit. However, I believe the first time that I ventured out and left my kids alone, I would say my daughter was I think she was 9 or 10 when I went to the store and I was like, I'll be right back. And my son would have been 7.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first time. And I was like, I'll be right back. And I got back and they were just watching TV.
So how did you feel when you got back home? Did you feel like a sense of accomplishment? You
I
proud?
was like, I came back and I was like, are you guys okay? And they were like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, did anybody call? Did anybody come by the door? And my daughter was like, no. And I was like, all right. And I think that's what it was. I had to go get some food for breakfast. We had nothing to eat.
Right.
And I made breakfast and everything was cool.
It would be safe to say I said around 11. You said about 9. Miss Miko, let's go to you, and then we go to the chat room. But before we go to you, Miss Miko, Cindy, that is interesting. Do you think that
Because I looked it up because I wanted to know if I was going to get locked up.
Me too. Yep. I did
like,
too.
I was like, God forbid anything happen. But no, if something did happen, your ass is going to get charged with child negligence or something like that.
But City, that's the point I was about to make. But City, why you don't think there's any state laws or fed laws to say, hey, the kid has to be a certain age for you to go to the store? Because you just explained it as far as the maturity of the child. I get it. But do you think that it should be, before we go to Ms. Migos, a law that states at what age you can run to the store? I'll be right back.
Look, I'm not going to be the one to bring up that case, okay? But you know what I think it is? Well, speaking specifically for Pennsylvania, I think, first of all, we know a lot of the laws are archaic, right? So I'm assuming this is because, like, this used to be like a very rural area. So, you know, parents are out there tilling the land, you know, farming, doing other things like that. So I think they just didn't want, because I think in some areas of Pennsylvania, these kids is driving tractors and pickups at like 13, you know? So I just think I think that's what it is, because, you know, coming from back in the day, like, kids, you know, had more responsibility, and I think just nobody's gotten around to changing it because it works. I don't know, but that's what I think. I just think the laws are just too old.
Ms. Mako, before you get into your answer, don't you notice Cindy J still holding on to that
She
hookah?
ain't
Go ahead,
passing it
continue
at
on.
all.
So Ms. Mako,
Look, now she want to pass it. Look at her.
Ms. Miko, what was that age? I think I was around, my child was about 11 around that time. Cindy said 9. I think what was that age?
7, 9.
7, 9. That was 11. Like, Ms. Miko, honestly, I mean, you know, what was that average age when you said to your beloved child, I'm punch you in your head, you door, I'm dead. And then you open up the door, you close the door, but you looking at the kid like this, don't you throw
And you're like,
hands.
you're like scaring them to death.
Right.
You want to get taken away?
That's right.
You don't want to get taken away, right? Don't open the door.
I know how to get in. I don't care who's at the door.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say even if Nana's at the door,
Yeah.
don't
Don't open the door for nobody.
Your father's dead. The neighbor I was with last night, don't do it. Miss Miko, what was that age?
For my daughter, she was 9. And like Sydney, I remember clear as day because I was at my job at the time, and I had called the social services. And I was
not you call it on yourself.
Hi, I have a question. That's why I called from work. I have a question. In the state of Pennsylvania, how old are kids allowed to be home alone by themselves? And she said the same thing. She said there is no age. It depends on the maturity of your children.
See,
You're like, ma'am, so a baby? No.
I was like, Ari, I'll be back. I was out. I was outside.
I'm out. I'll be right back.
Okay, Mammy. But did you feel that, and before we get in, and I want to know what the folks in the chat room are saying, but did you feel that sense of accomplishment when you came back home and you like, everything is there, the child? How did you feel?
Yes. Let me tell you, we had a whole routine. So she had a cell phone at that age. So I was like, if anybody comes in and I'm not there, you jump in your hamper with your cell phone, you dial 911 and keep the operator on. Don't say nothing. You just get in the hamper. And that was our thing.
Not Ari been grown.
Yes. You get in the hamper under your clothes.
Not getting in the hamper.
And you call 911 and leave that phone up. They gonna find you. So I told her. Thank God we never had to use it, but
I know
that was our thing.
You should ask her if she remembers. Do you remember what I told you?
I remember that stupid mess, Ma. You know how Ari give it up.
What was I doing in the hamper, Ma?
Why was I in the hamper?
How was that going to protect
the hamper? I ain't looking in the hamper.
Yes, that's true. Lee Scott said, he said, yes, there is. He said, I know we can't let first or second graders off the bus if no parents are at the stop. Do you drop them off, Lee, at their home, or y'all are waiting till until every kid gets in a car at the bus stop? I need to know what type of bus stop this is, but I would imagine because that's the school dropping them off,
right?
So to be honest, the school has to be, just like when my daughter, she has friends that come over and, they're like, oh, you can, whatever we're done doing what we're doing, oh, you can just drop them off at their house. And I'll be like, are your parents home? Because, if nobody's home, you can stay with us until somebody gets there, because I don't want you just sitting in there by yourself. So I think that's more of like just, the school doesn't want to be held responsible if, gosh forbid that something happens at the home and, you guys were the last one with them. So I understand that. But I think if the kids were, if the parents left the first or second grader at home, that's up to the parents. And of course, it's by state. So please check within your state, like Miko did. Call your local social services.
Don't call from your cell phone.
Right.
So, Miko, you had this all planned out, right?
Yeah, because I'm like, I need help. I was a single mom at the time.
You had this planned out days before you did it.
Yes, I sure did. I needed help at the time.
Yeah, it's hard out here for us single moms. You know what I'm saying? But good, it's good that well, I was just talking about Lee Scott. He said he can't leave the kids at the bus stop without a parent. That can be a little chaotic.
Lisa, what do you do? Do you take the kids back to school? Do you take them home? Do you just sit there and wait for a parent? Like, what do you do if that happens? If their mom and dad isn't there?
Yeah, I know that was embarrassing when I had extracurriculars and I had to wait for my parents to get there, and I was always the last one.
That's annoying.
And my coach is over there looking at me like, I guess it's another long night. Like, ma'am, Miss Glass, like, relax.
Not Miss Glass.
Yeah, it'll be just a moment, ma'am. They'll be right here. They work. They work in the city.
Right. And if they're not working, they're fighting.
So sorry we weren't here promptly at 5 p.m., okay? It's going to be more like 5:30.
Oh, my God.
That's the one thing, Cindy, that I do appreciate. Like, my parents never embarrassed me at school. Because you got some kids, there's a lot of their trauma bond, man. The parents, man, they come to school, pick them up, all crazy. See, my father was crazy as hell, so he never picked me up from school. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give a shout out to Mama Harvey.
Hey, Mama Harvey. She's in the chat room.
Hey, Mama Harvey. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Mom. Call you later. She was the adult.
She was the adult parent.
She was the adult parent. She always looked good. My mother, very attractive young lady back in the day. Beautiful woman now. And I sympathize with kids that have the crazy parents, as we keeping it on this whole subject, and then we'll move on. And guys, welcome to the show. Antoine Quad, 9 o'clock. Oh, she gave it up? Mm-hmm. Ma, you want some hookah?
Mama Harvey said, I'm going to give it to Jesus.
Guys, have you ever been embarrassed by your parents at school? Or, just you didn't want your parents around?
Nobody was doing that. Oh, I'm thankful my parents never did.
An uncle, or let's get real. Is there anybody in your family, uncles, mom, dad, you didn't want them nowhere around, no social events? Put a number 1 in the chat room, because this is your time right now to take personal inventory. Again, before we get on to the show, shout out to my mother. She was there for all the events. I mean, shout out to my father as well, but I'm just saying that was that crazy. And I want to shout out to all the moms and all the dads out there that know that they got crazy baby mothers or ex-wives husbands or wives, knowing that they can't go to this event because they're crazy. Mm-hmm. Cindy, has there was one point in your life that either your mother, your father, or anybody else in that crazy family of yours, you was like, I don't know if I don't know. Should we bring Dad to this one? Should we? I don't know.
No, like, I'm thankful. My parents, every time they came to the school, they came correct. They didn't come that much, but every time they picked me up, everything was always copacetic. Yeah. So I appreciate it. I always wanted them. I wanted them to come more, but they didn't so much. They were always working.
Miss Miko, was any weirdness as you was a child, like in school and kind of events, and mom and dad, or mom is just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, or maybe
No, they was good vibes. My parents.
Yeah, no bonnet.
Harold, they was good vibes.
Harold.
So
Yeah, no bonnet pickups, slippers, house dresses, yelling,
Do you
cigarette hanging out the mouth. None of that going on.
Ooh,
And-
Sean, Senior Pastor Eric Martin said, "Don't smoke that, my brother. Jesus need those lungs."
Not today, Pastor
The
Eric.
pastor said, "No, no, no. Jesus loves you."
Jesus loves us.
respectively, Pastor who?
Senior Pastor Eric Martin.
Senior Pastor Eric Martin.
Shout
God
out to
bless
you, Senior Pastor.
God bless you, my friend. If you know my story, I was smoking more than this, and we got through it. So a little dab of this is not going to hurt, but I do appreciate your concern of my beloved pastor. You know, all due respects to all the pastors out there. But now I'm gonna keep doing my thing over here, and God bless. Pastor, we'll ask you the question now. What was the age of your children, if you have any children or nephews or nieces, and you left them in the house for 2 minutes to run to the store and come right back? What was that age, my friend?
Let us know. We appreciate it. Are you all right over there?
Miss Miko, this hookah hitting real different right now.
It's
It's very minty.
Yo, Pastor, here, hold on, Pastor. Pastor, here. Pastor, this thing hitting real different right now, my friend. Miko, why you don't have your 23 glasses?
I'm not ready yet. I'm looking
Okay.
at the food. I want to go eat first.
Okay. DJ Antoine Qua, guys, special mix at 9 p.m. And go to all our participating apps to enjoy the world famous DJ Antoine Qua. We are so excited. He has his big birthday bash, almost sold out at Mr. East, January the 14th in Irvington, New Jersey. Shawn Harvey Morning Show feature Wake Up Team with Cindy J and Miss Miko will be at the red carpet, so y'all come on out and we're going to have a good time. And then the next day we're at the Iron Mule, 831 South Delaware Drive, Eastern Pennsylvania for the big comedy show.
All ladies, y'all.
All ladies. The ladies are coming now.
So fellas, make
Chanel
sure y'all in the
Renee,
building.
hilarious. Jay Lachey, hilarious.
Jay Lachey is a vibe.
Funny. And
Yeah.
then the closeout is my homegirl, Stiletto. So y'all come on out, get your tickets. That's the Iron Mule, 831 South Delaware Drive, Eastern Pennsylvania. Also, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team Podcast. We're back in New York, Feb and March. So y'all come on out. We're going to deal with that. Now, Miss Miko, what we'll do is we're going to go into some of these tips.
Yes.
We're gonna yield the floor to you, and then Cindy. Everybody, Cindy got her a year in review.
Yeah.
All right, whatever you want
do
to
the
do.
year in review.
Guys, put a number 1 chat room if you're enjoying our setup here. Put a number 2 if you're not. And Miss Miko, is your husband somewhere around just in case you get turned up?
I ain't gonna get too turned up because he at work. So I ain't gonna get too turned up today. Okay, ma.
You need me to drive you home if you get too turned up?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Senior Pastor Eric Martin says thirsty. What does that mean? Oh, 30. He said 30. That's how old his kids. 30 or 13? He says 30.
Well,
That was his answer.
so what? 30 was no, Pastor, not the 30. How old was your children when you went to the store for the
Oh,
first
you
time and
say
they
maybe
watched
that's how
themselves?
old they are now. 30. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I want the question is, Pastor, how old were your children when you left them by themselves in the house to run to the store for a few minutes? Miss Miko said, "What was? How old was your child?"
9.
9. Cindy said 9 and 11, and I said 12. And what did some of those folks in the chat room say? I mean 11. 11. I said 11. Some of them said 13.
Yeah.
Okay, I think whoever said 13, I don't believe them. It was probably 7.
Wait until 13.
Yeah, who's what? Right. Right. If you tell your child at 13 you're gonna go outside and don't go nowhere and be good until I come back, your child gonna say, "Well, I've been in here by myself since the last 4 years," and you don't even know it.
I was leaving them to go to work at that.
Both jobs.
Right.
Work both my jobs.
I was coming home at 11 o'clock at night when they were 13.
That's right.
Just got off the 3rd shift.
And we didn't even have no cameras for all of that. You know what? You guys got cameras on your kids. We didn't have that back in the day.
That's
All right.
hilarious.
So, Miss Miko, we're going to yield the time back to you. Put a number 1 chat room if you're enjoying our scenery right now today. Put a number 2 if you're not. Welcome to the show, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Miss Miko, Cindy J, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Let's go.
So today I'm doing, instead of doing Miss Miko's tips, well, maybe I'll do it later because I still have the tips. But I want to do 2022 wrap up review, Sean. You into that? We're going to do a wrap up. So I'm going to give you one event, 12 events. It's going to be one event for every month so far the year of 2022. I didn't do December because we don't know what the next 48 hours is going to hold for us. So I'm gonna just leave that to next week for Thursday. So we're going to start with January 1st. January 1st, Eric Adams succeeds Bill de Blasio as the 110th mayor of New York City. That's how we started out 2022. February 13th, the LA Rams won the Super Bowl over the Cincinnati Bengals, and that's the second consecutive Super Bowl win for the LA Rams. What was that? What's Super Bowl? What's it? LVI mean? What's LVI? What number is that?
Super Bowl LVI 50. LV is 51, I think, or 50.
Well, they won
56 or 51.
Well, they won that number. They won that Super Bowl. March 29th, Joe Biden signed the Emmett Till Act into law, which makes lynching a federal crime, which is disgusting. This is March 29th, 2022. They made lynching a federal crime.
Yeah, let's give it up for Joe for that.
Yeah.
Right, Sean?
Right.
Shoot, you want us to give it up for Joe?
He's putting in all that work
Took
for you.
that long? Like, this
Please.
is
At
crazy.
least when it's your time to get lynched, you know it's a federal crime.
But he was
Rob.
really ridiculous.
April 1st, Amazon workers at JFK, that's John F. Kennedy, they formed the first Amazon labor union. Good for you, Amazon workers. Protect
Oh
those
yeah, that was
warehouses.
that black guy that did that out in Staten Island. What's his name? Chris something.
Yeah.
Walking around with a do-rag meeting these senators and everything.
That's right.
Shout out to him.
Yes.
Go Chris.
That's right. Remember, he got fired too.
That's right.
Yeah, but he gave him a union.
That's right.
May 23rd, the last public payphone was removed from New York City and transferred to a museum.
Wow.
When was the last time you guys seen a payphone? I think I saw one down in West Virginia a couple of years ago.
I've never used.
I caught the chicken pops for the second time on a payphone in New York City. I
Did
was on
you?
116th Street. I was on 116th Street on a 2 line, and I had to use the payphone. I was waiting for the train, and I used the payphone, and the phone was heavily infected with all type of viruses, and I got sick as soon as I hung up the phone. Shout out to those payphones.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, June 10th, this is my favorite day because the COVID-19 testing restrictions was lifted for international travel, baby.
Nah, Miko was happy for
I
that.
was happy about that.
They about to put it on again.
Oh, don't say that.
Only if you're traveling to China.
I'm not going to China.
It's
no
on the
time soon.
rise, y'all. Y'all better mask up. You heard it here first.
You haven't been on a rise in a minute.
Put a pause on the
Anyways.
rise.
Continue on, Miss Miko.
July 12th, Quest Diagnostic announced nationwide availability for the monkeypox testing because there were over 1,000 infections in the United States. So that became a big deal. So now Quest Diagnostic, they said, hey, we have all the tests available, which I think is just old COVID tests, y'all. But hey.
What do you need a test for monkeypox for? You gonna know if you got it?
Yeah, I don't know. But do you remember that when that started? It was scary to see that stuff. Creepy.
I wasn't that scared because I felt like the people that had it, they're gonna be inside anyway because they don't want anybody to know they got it.
Allegedly they're gonna be inside.
I didn't know anybody who got monkeypox. Did y'all know? You know somebody that got it?
No, I don't know. anyone.
Exactly.
Except that girl that was on Instagram that went viral. She caught at the gas station for touching dirty money.
But who else? Nobody.
That's
It was fake news.
Monkeypox.
Fake news.
Monkeypox was fake news.
Tomatoes.
I don't believe you. It came and went.
August 11th, you're right. Princess Cox said monkeypox disappeared. Yeah, it did.
Because it was never happening.
It did.
It was never happening. That was herpes that person had.
All over our body.
The herp.
Tell that to the people who had the monkeypox. Go ahead.
Who had it?
Nobody
You
had
folks
it.
had it?
I don't know nobody that had monkeypox.
I know,
Like
but there's people-
personally,
No,
we
nobody-
knew
nobody
people that had
we don't know nobody
COVID.
that had it,
Right.
but there's some people had the monkeypox.
August 11th, the national average for gas price drops below $4 for the first time since March of 2020.
I wasn't gonna drop below 3.
Yeah, when is it going to do that?
Right.
September 7th, former President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, their portraits were revealed in the White House. So shout out to our black presidents and
that's
First
nice.
Lady.
Okay.
Then October 13th, Elon Musk completes his $44 million acquisition of Twitter, and he's doing a terrible job of being CEO of Twitter. I wish he would just go away. And last but not least, in November 7th to be exact, a single winning ticket wins the world record of $2.2 billion in the Powerball drawing. And that was sold in California. And that was our 11 months wrap up for 2022, guys. What was something that stuck out in your mind? Let us know. Drop down in the comments. We'll talk about it.
Well, thank you, Miss Migo.
You're welcome.
Well, kind of my mind, like, I was more thinking about like who got, like, what celebrity got shot in 2020? How many?
Megan.
Right? How many baby mothers sued baby fathers in 23?
What?
That's what you wanted to hear about, Shawn?
And what about Brittany Griner coming home?
Yeah, Miss Miko. What happened
That's
to that?
pretty big
That was
for
a big deal.
December.
Yo, but Miss
But
Miko.
that was it. That was December. I didn't do December. I left it open because something bigger may happen today or tomorrow. So I didn't want to do December.
That's true.
Oh.
I left that open.
I think Brittany Griner is a good one.
She covered her ass on that. Yeah.
Got to be quicker than that.
I'm going to give that for December.
Yeah, all right. Brittany,
Brittany living her best life right now.
I don't really know. This year was like a blur to me. It went by really fast.
sure did. All right, guys, if you want to add on to the top 25, you feel free. But Miss Miko, we definitely truly appreciate you for that on our year-end show, DJ Antoine Qua, at 9 a.m. this morning. God bless. All right, Cindy, let's get into. Boy, the food looks good. I'm gonna break my tradition. I'm gonna eat breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, I want to put my French toast back on the thing. It's
Yeah,
kinda
well,
cold.
maybe you should.
Okay, Cindy, guys.
Yeah, mine is cold too. I don't know why that thing is not working. Maybe I put too much water.
Okay,
sit it on
I'm gonna
you
sit
a
my
little
ass down.
bit.
Cindy, what's going on?
Well, what's going on, everybody? I'm going to tell you right now.
Cindy, are
Cal,
you twisted already?
no, I'm just finding what I needed.
Pastor, is the pastor still in the chat room?
The pastor's definitely in the chat room. Pastor it up.
Cal Mitchell's.
Pat. Whoa,
Oh
wait.
yeah, he used to
Wait.
be overseer Eric Martin.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know who this is.
What's that?
Who knows what
This
an
the,
overseer is?
glorified
But
name of
he
the
used to
church.
work in He used to listen back in
He
the
used to
day,
listen back in the day, and then
and
I
said
don't
he had
know-
a pastor for me,
right, and then
or he was gonna
dis-
find somebody, and then we never heard from him
Right,
again.
we never heard from him again. Well, first
Yeah,
of all,
a distinguished man with some grace that was gonna come over here
yeah, but
changed
now-
my
but-
life.
But Cindy, since he disappeared,
because they ain't none.
right? But I'm just saying, since he disappeared, now all he's saying is, I question now, because pastors are not supposed to disappear. That's part of it. No. You're supposed to, pastor. You should have been in here from time to time, dropping some blessings. We appreciate you showing up. Thank God you're okay. And I think he was
Yeah,
from
we done
Massachusetts.
had 2 babies in the chat
We done
room
had
since you've been here.
babies. One of us died already. We done had a death in the chat room.
Word.
Babies, breakups,
People getting married.
people get married,
Right.
people leaving. Like, there's a lot going on here. And now you pop up in here, and then you worried about me with a hookah. I'm more worried about you. You still got your congregation, my friend? Because you know how these pastors are. They get into an argument, they start their own church. Pastor, call in 570-982-6950. Where you been?
Right.
Can't be a pastor disappearing. Listen.
Right.
Pastor's calling y'all.
Would be funny if that was.
Oh, that's Sean's money phone. That's the number y'all don't got. Cal Mitchell's daughter, Cal Mitchell, remember Keenan and Cal? Mm-hmm. Well, she is blasting him for being an absent parent and accuses him of selling family property following divorce from his ex-wife. And she's saying he left us without a home. According to a report, Allure Mitchell, 21 years old, slammed her father recently, alleging he's mostly been an absent parent and accused him of often wronging his ex-wife and children. The shocking accusations come in the midst of Mitchell and his former partner, Taisha Hampton's ongoing intense legal battle. As previously reported, Hampton, who is also a former actress, has a suit out against her ex claiming he owes her more than $1 million in back child support and tax debt. She addressed the owed payments to her mother as well as her father, faking like he's an active parent in her lengthy social media rant in a series of messages posted to a now private TikTok account. She said, "I guess 10 years without your children could do this to you. I am done being silenced. My father is the type of man to fake as if he's in my life, but he's not. He was there financially, quote unquote. What I mean by that is he only paid for what, in my eyes, looked good on paper. He helped pay for my first car, my high school tuition, and my housing on campus until I cut him off for exactly this. A father should just simply care. I now live completely independently without any parental help. I did this to prove to my father that his money was never what I needed. And growing up the way I had to, it boggles me that it'd even think that's what I cared about. But then I have to remember he doesn't even know me. How could he? He wasn't there. A father should be there emotionally. A father should be there for their daughters in need. A father should provide." She went on to claim that her father neglected to open his home up to her during her time being essentially homeless. She was without housing while in college, but never received an invitation to come and stay with her dad. Though she doesn't mention his new family, Mitchell has been married to his wife, Asia Lee Mitchell, since 2012. They live together and have 2 young children. And, she goes on about how she felt emotionally left by her father. So, Cal,
City,
were you there or not?
well, see, I like those glasses.
I do too.
First of all, Cindy, I'm in the chat room. I'm really in the chat room. The pastor's up there talking about he's a pastor of 2 churches. What's wrong with you, my friend? You're one in Massachusetts and one in Rhode Island. What's doing? You should be a pastor of just one. I'm not telling you your job, sir.
He's busy,
bro. You're a pastor of. A pastor. You're a pastor of 2 churches. That's the problem with black folks. There's not enough pastors out there. There's got to be.
No.
God bless you. I'm glad you're out. You're doing extra work and overtime, but
Not overtime.
you're doing overtime pastoring. But 2 churches? Come on now. Let's talk about that. Now,
What?
How
How you hating on him for pastoring at 2 churches?
Because if I'm at a church, I want my one pastor at the one church. You can have a day job and do all the other things that pastors do, but not how you pastors do. What you do? You leave the 10 o'clock show and go to the 12:30.
That's exactly what he do.
Yeah.
So you pastor in the morning at one spot and then you go run to the. I ain't mad at you. Get
And
your
repeat
money.
the same sermon.
Right.
Absolutely.
I ain't mad at you for even that. I ain't mad at you for that. I'm just saying you leaving and going someplace else, sir.
He said yes because
I could see
COVID
if you could.
took the pastors out.
I could see if you're the pastor at one church and you got the 7, the 9. You know what I'm saying, Cindy? The 11:30, the 3 in the afternoon joint at one
Could you
church.
combine both churches? Like,
But how
are they
do you
close
leave-
enough together?
But Cindy, how do you leave one church in Massachusetts and run over to Rhode Island? Are you doing this at the
First of
same
all,
day?
You don't know where he's going to for the other church, and
He just said in the chat room.
he said he leaves to go from Massachusetts to Rhode Island.
That's not far away from each other, is it?
I don't know, but it sounds far enough to the church. What, 30 miles? Is it on the book? Your pastor was going.
I think that's normal, though.
Pastor, I'm not mad at you. Get your money. I'm just saying.
I think that's normal behavior.
Yeah.
When the last time you heard of a pastor pastoring 2 different churches in 2 different locations?
He said COVID took all the pastors out, so he had to step up. That's what he said.
Oh.
Sean.
Yeah, COVID did ravage the urban churches, no question about it. But Pastor, come on, we're done with COVID.
Princess said, Pastor got to get the bag. I mean the tithes.
Pastor, what you out
I'm
there
not laughing,
doing?
no, Pastor. I ain't playing with y'all.
I am. Pastor, I want to know, like, what are you doing out there? Before we get into this young lady who father didn't like her. Sounds like a story that
Sound like a brat.
Sound like
A rich brat.
Before we get into that, Pastor, I want to know. Cindy, obviously this is a man who wasn't feeling the daughter and the mother. It wasn't feeling the mother. So he articulated down to the daughter.
Yeah.
I listen. I don't think it's right, and I'm not sitting here on the pedestal judging anyone.
He said it's 40 minutes from Massachusetts to Rhode Island.
So you drive 40 minutes. So you doing the 7:30.
Yeah.
Right, Miss Migo?
Mm-hmm.
Then he doing the 9.
Yep.
And then at 10, he's running out of there.
Kind of like when you got a show in Manhattan and Queens.
Yeah, he's running out of there with his robe on.
Yep.
And he don't even take his robe off. He probably tripping over the road while he get into the car to go to the next spot. I mean, the next church and rock out.
Yep.
All right. Be careful out there, my friend.
Take your time, Pastor.
And Pastor, I know there's a shortage of pastors, but are you grooming someone or being an apprentice to a pastor to take over? What happens if something you can't do it?
Oh yeah, what happens if you get sick, Pastor?
What if you get sick in the morning? You gonna do it? Who's the pastor?
Doesn't that isn't there like a assistant pastor or something, or like a deacon or something that does that?
Pastor, I think that I mean you take an overseer to a whole nother level, my friend. Listen, get your money. I ain't stopping you from your money. Might be a lot of bag out there for you. But I'm just saying, like, Cindy, I don't want. And Miss Miko, I'm not being selfish. I'm just saying, I don't want to go to church and then at 10:30 my pastor's running out the door. I'm sitting there, Miss Miko, while I'm sitting there, I'm on the downside of my Holy Ghosting. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I can't get my Holy Ghost on if my pastor's running out.
Well, maybe he has
so
good
how
time
am I
management
jumping
skills.
and screaming and yelling? Because I got that contact with the Almighty, and my guy is warming up the car and getting out of there. That's all I'm saying.
He said one is at 9, the other one is at 12.
This is what I'm saying.
He has time.
So if I'm jumping on the third row, Miss Miko, you ever caught the Holy Ghost in church?
I have not.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Cindy, have you ever caught the Holy Ghost?
No.
Oh.
Sean, have you ever caught the Holy
never
Ghost?
really caught the Holy. I moved my arm one time. But Pastor, what if everybody's in the Holy Ghost mode? You walking out? Talk to me. You can't walk out when the Holy Ghost is popping. Cindy, what's the celebrity's name again? What's the guy's name?
Cal Mitchell.
Cal Mitchell. Kel.
You know from Keenan Kel?
Yeah, Keenan Kel. Yeah. Kel's out there getting his numbers up. He's a celebrity.
What?
He's getting his numbers up.
He's in a show?
He dumped.
I haven't seen him doing anything.
He dumped the wife, and the daughter's mad. And then he did what typical guys do. He started another family.
Funny, Sean.
Listen, I traded 2 families back in the day for a baby to be named later. I get it. I'm not judging this guy. But the daughter, knock it off. You're on social media. Now you got a lot to say. That's what this is all about. So my whole thing is, you
blast your dad.
Yeah, you're blasting your dad on social media.
I'm all about the blasting of the dad.
Okay, well, if that's the new trend, blast your dad. I don't care. It ain't gonna do nothing for him.
Blast dad.
Go ahead, blast dad. It doesn't have nothing to do with him.
She's just tired of the facade that he's putting up.
Just
No
tired
one's
because
thinking about him. I haven't thought about Kel in years, so I don't even know why she even brought him up.
Yeah, no doubt. But my whole thing is the daughter, and unfortunately, like all daughters and sons, they get mad when the father moved on with a better life, better broad. Things are comfortable. And then the relationship's fractured with the mom and maybe it articulated down to the daughter. And maybe the mother has something to do with this as well. There's been situations where breakups happened and mothers dog out the father to the daughters or the son, which then creates this overwhelming resentment. So sometimes women, even though the man has initiated this separation for the ventures of other vaginas, Miss Miko.
Stupid.
I've been there.
No, you a jerk.
You fall into unexpectedly different vagina. But then the mother gets mad and it just dogs out the father with the kid.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a little animosity here. I'm hearing a lot of the mother via the daughter. Yeah. And then Kel was like, yo, listen, man, we're gonna do it. Listen, I don't pay for some of your school. I done did some of this, and I'm sorry I didn't hug you, but that's it. And that's where this is the trend. Blow up your dad. What you call it, Cindy?
Blast your dad.
Blast your dad. I guess. And
Blast him.
and you know what? What is
Hold
this,
him accountable.
right? And what is this gonna do for your relationship with your dad? Nothing. He gonna keep it pushing, and you're gonna keep it pushing. And I'm glad you got this off your chest. But this is a lot of your mothers doing. And some of you women are out there are pissed off, and you're not open-minded enough. And they're men, but you're not open-minded enough to just direct that resentment to where it belongs and show unconditional love to the daughter with the father, because you know how people go, yeah, don't talk bad in front of you, don't talk about your bad dad in front of you. But this is what some women do. That they do it more than men do.
Well, we don't know that this was the case in this.
That's what I'm
this
hearing.
is just coming from her as her experiences as an adult woman. She's 21 years old, and explaining what she has gone through as an adult with her own personal relationship with her father outside of her mother. So he had an opportunity to be this great guy that supposedly the mom was bad talking him about, and obviously he's not. So there we go with that.
The pastor said that his wife is the assistant.
Yeah.
They
his wife
keeping
helps
the
him out.
whole bag, Cindy.
Oh my God.
No new friends. The pastor, when he's running late, the wife takes over.
You are fascinated by this.
Because
Like
Cindy,
you've never
it's-
been in a church. I don't
I
even go
grew
to
up in the
church that
church.
much, and I know what goes on.
But Cindy,
So
the
why are you-
pastor and the wife are holding the bag. I'm not mad at him. But what is your pastor? Don't you think that that's a conflict of interest?
No, they're a team.
I don't
It's
know.
a family business.
I don't know.
Wow.
They're keeping the bag.
How many churches have you been to? You don't ever see the wife in the part of the, I don't even know what you call it.
I see the wife-
pastoral team.
The-
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it's called either.
I've seen that.
Okay, so
but
what's
they
the
don't,
problem?
But they pastor at the same church. They don't go shoving. Like,
Anyways.
you rock out here.
He says we're a team. He says, yes,
And-
we
and-
are a team.
City. It's
No,
not
no,
like-
because I don't want to continue on with what you're talking about.
City. Don't worry about it. You're gonna hell or not. You're gonna get there. Don't worry about it. City.
I'm not worried about that.
My whole thing is this.
I just don't understand why it's so crazy for you to wrap your mind around this concept. That's what I'm missing.
Because don't you think that this is something that's a problem with the congregation?
No.
You gotta serve the church.
But who said he's not serving the church?
I'm not saying he's not, but he's running out the door.
And his wife is picking up. If he got to run out, she going to step up.
And how does that work?
Is she gonna do praise
the
and worship?
pastor, he's got to leave, and I'm gonna take over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, get the bag.
Are we done with this?
Yeah, we done.
Um,
I'm keeping an eye on these passes, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden,
Keep an eye on these passes.
and then all of a sudden, Cindy, he disappears.
Where were you, Pastor?
Where were you, Pastor?
Why you ain't been in the chat room? What's been going on?
Where were you, sir? That's all. Where were you? I want to know. Go ahead, Cindy. And God bless you. I'm glad you're on the show. Glad you're here in the room, Pastor.
I ain't gonna come back no more.
He's coming back.
Is he? We didn't see him for like 2 years.
He
Well-
says sometimes he can't make it to Rhode Island, so his wife goes for him.
See?
So that he answers your question. So
understand
if they're in
that.
the middle of praise
Right.
and worship or whatever, and somebody catch the Holy Ghost, he won't leave. His wife would discreetly get up and leave and go to the other congregation.
And then we can continue the Holy Ghost.
Right. They
Okay.
go, yeah.
Put a number 1 in the chat room if you ever caught the Holy Ghost.
Oh, my God.
Put a number 2 if you haven't. Put a number 1 in the chat room if that leg started shaking at about, Miss Migo, at about 10, 15.
Need another drink.
My eyelids start getting low.
Yeah, and then that music start pumping, and then you get emotional, and then the reverend hits you with a ah. Cindy, you ever got hit with a ah? And then that arm, Cindy, when you first catch the Holy Ghost, that right arm goes first, and then you start shaking in that seat. Let's clap for the Holy Ghost.
Shout out to the Holy Ghost.
Shout out to the Holy Ghost. And
New
then
York.
that arm, boy, and then that organ, that piano, that thing start playing. Woo! See, it starts like this. Look, Cindy, look.
I know how it starts.
It starts like this.
I know how it starts, and I know how it ends. I've seen it too much.
And then City at the mid street, it's like this.
Sure, ain't nobody looking at you.
You ought to be ashamed.
Sean, the past one, or you gonna watch night service? Whatever. What's night service?
What is that?
It's the watch. Y'all go to church? Y'all ever
No.
been to church?
I grew up in the church. I
So
would go
you
to
should
church.
know what the watch service is. It's where they stay up till 12.
Somebody come in here.
And
Is
it's
that
where-
Lindsay?
Yeah, just tell Lindsay to sit down for a second. I grew up.
where they bring in the new year in church.
Listen. I grew up in church, bro. Oh, okay. Oh, that might have been the Holy Ghost.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to talk about it no more.
You heard the sound though, right?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it no more.
It's the Holy Ghost.
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't want to talk
don't
about
freak
it no more.
out, Miss Miko. Cindy, close the door. Miss Miko, stop.
This is not fun anymore.
Okay.
I want to keep playing around. In other news,
Y'all scared. Y'all remember with the movie Juice? When Tupac said the famous line?
we don't.
He goes,
We don't
your
remember
neighbor's
Juice.
scared. Guys.
New York opens its first legal recreational marijuana dispensary. Hallelujah on that. Okay. The first legal dispensary for recreational marijuana in New York rung up its first sales yesterday, opening what is expected to be one of the country's most lucrative markets for cannabis, underscored by the dozens of unauthorized shops that have operated in the open for years. The widely anticipated opening of the first state-sanctioned dispensary, which is operated by the nonprofit Housing Works, paves the way for a string of openings expected in the coming months in New York. The state legalized recreational marijuana use in March of 2021. You forgot that one on your year in review, Miss Miko. A line of hundreds snaked around the block, many giddy with excitement over the opening, with the whiff of marijuana filling the air. Okay, AP News. Lino Pastrana, who among those waiting his turn after the store opened to the public at 4:20 in the afternoon, said this is historical. It's really important for us who buy and smoke weed because we can buy quality instead of buying random weed that you don't know what it's mixed with. Dang, where are these people getting their weed from? People scared of their weed. That's something he risked. He said you can buy weed anywhere in New York. He said saying that he expects to buy his merchandise from legal dispensaries from now on. That's exactly the hope of the New York marijuana regulators, who say that a supervised industry will help ensure that cannabis users are buying safe products. Housing Works said that having a marijuana business will help fund its programs. We're absolutely thrilled to be the first and hopefully setting a model that other folks will have to follow. Charles King, who's the CEO of Housing Works, which is a minority-controlled social service agency that serves people with HIV and AIDS, as well as those who are homeless and formerly incarcerated. The Lower Manhattan store is the first of 36 recently licensed dispensaries to open, with an additional 139 licenses yet to be issued by the state, and 900 applicants still awaiting word. Among the first round of licensees were 8 nonprofits, and that included Housing Works. So there you go. Let us know.
That was her. That was the sound. See,
It's in the.
I'll go finish your story. I'll go get it.
Well, now we could go back to talk about the Holy Ghost because
Now we go back. It was Lindsay. I'm not scared no more.
I thought it was Lindsay.
What a spectacle. I fear that a lot of folks are going to get hurt.
How are a lot of folks gonna get hurt, Shawn?
On 420, they was lined up out there for the spectacle of the weed.
And nothing happened.
And my fear with this, and I don't mean to project.
And you see how many applications and people are wanting to open up this dispensary, so it's not the same people going every day. It's a myriad of people going all the time.
You can believe.
Hopefully they'll open a 24-hour one.
You can believe it all you want. There is going to be, unfortunately, what happened?
I don't know why
What's going to happen here? I'd rather be at one of the pastors' church in New York City right now. There's going to be a war of unprecedented destruction in New York City.
Sean, weed has
Because of
been
my weed
going
heads.
on in New York for
Because of my weed
years.
heads. Because of my weed heads who justify smoking the weed for pain. Brittany Griner proved that you don't need no weed for the pain. There will be random acts of uncontrollable violence in New York City, I'm sorry to say. If you think that the regular
It's
drug,
weed, not cocaine,
if you
Sean.
Think that if you think that Jamal and all of them that sell weed on 122nd Street for years, you think that they're gonna tolerate a dispensary right across the street and that their customers are going over there to get weed because they label it safe? You got something coming to you. That's gonna bring back all type of corruption and all type of crime in New York City. Maybe out here where we live, there's not the corruption is at a minimum. But in New York, where she just said 900 applications are waiting for you, there's not even 900 commercial places to put weed dispensaries in New York City. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people want to do a dispensary on the side. They want to make that side money. New York City, you were better off focusing on that rat problem that Cindy J was talking about a few weeks ago, comparison to this open marketplace of the weed. Be careful, New York. Be careful, my potheads. Be careful, my friends. Because you're going to get more than getting high.
What they gonna get, Sean?
A lot of the... Miss Migo, I don't mean to be negative at the end of the year, but...
You sound real negative.
No, I'm not being negative. I'm being
I don't
real.
know how he's so negative. How the governor of New York is happy about it,
Right.
but you over here talk about it's gonna rain down doom. They've been selling weed in New York for how? And to be honest, people that have, like me personally, I could go to a dispensary, but dispensaries, they're only really convenient
Yo, Miss
if
Migo.
you don't have anybody around.
Miss Migo.
Because these dealers be having other jobs now. They can't meet you, whatever.
Miss Migo.
And then what do you
Right.
do when the dispensary is closed and you still want to get something? You still going to hit up Jamal in them.
Miss
Sometimes
Migo.
you can get a credit. I
Miss
can't go to the
Migo.
dispensary and be like, can I pay you next week? But I can pay Jamal in them next week. You know what I'm
Miss
saying?
Migo.
It's fringe
Cindy,
benefits.
could you pass the hookah back over here if you don't mind? Miss Migo, do you know how many dispensaries are going to get robbed? You know how you see those videos of gas stations and jewelry shops and they come in there? They are going, I don't mean to be negative, but I'm being real. Miss Migo, you know how many dispensaries are going to get robbed in the Bronx? You think that they're going to open up, you think they're going to open up a weed spot right there on Innervale and Hunts Point Avenue and it's just going to be open commerce throughout the day without Jamal and them like, yo, we going to get this weed too?
They
You don't think
said
that? What's wrong with you people?
they said dispensary weed is trash anyway. So
True.
I don't think they're gonna get robbed. Nobody
Dispensary,
gonna want it.
they overcharge.
So what is everybody so happy about?
$75 for an eighth? Come on.
I would rather them.
Y'all are bugging out here with these prices.
I would rather the weed dealers in New York City, and shout out to my brothers and sisters that's out there selling weed for a living. I think what they should have did was unionize like the guy did at Amazon. Make it legal. Let Jamal and them have their little ID cards and let them still rock out.
No, Sean.
So now the
You
New
don't
York
even
State
know how
is
it works.
Now I know how drugs work.
You don't even know
Now
how
New
it
York
works.
State is now profiting off the weed. That's what this is.
That's why the
They're
prices
going to
are
make
just-
billions of dollars off the weed, off of trash weed, and Jamal and them are still going to be out in the cold. And you think that they're going to be okay with that? But Cindy justify it. And Miss Miko justify it. Yeah, but when the dispensary's closed, we go over to Jamal and them. How do you think they feel when they're not selling no weed all day?
Trust me, they're gonna be selling their weed. They're gonna be fine.
They still sell it the same.
They are, yeah.
And
They'll
all
be
the people,
fine.
because they still have all the people that are not going to get there.
And
Well,
then-
actually, it
and then
doesn't
my
matter
whole
because you
thing
don't
is
need a
this.
card in
And then my
New
whole
York.
thing is this, to my true weed smokers. And I used to smoke weed back in the day when all of y'all were toddlers. some of us in the chat room who are age appropriate like me, we know the deal. So what's gonna happen? You get your weed from Jamal and them every day. He been treating you right throughout the years. He's been there for you. You've been high as hell while you watching the NBA finals because you know he's across the street. And then you're going to walk right past him and bypass him to go into a store across the street and buy that trash? Where's your loyalty at? Where's your loyalty? This man has been selling weed for 20
And
years.
he's going to keep getting the money.
He's been in jail a few times for it.
And he
But you gonna walk right by her, what up, Jamal, and go right into the store that's open from 9 in the morning to 9 at night?
Yeah. Because
You
Jamal
should get
sleep.
you should get your ass whipped for that. And this is the type of corruption that I'm telling you that's gonna happen with this weed in New York City. They should have never allowed this. Never.
Sean, carry on.
You are so dramatic.
He don't even
Shoulda
smoke weed,
never
so why does he even care?
allowed this.
Like he care about Jamal and them
Yo,
or
you know why I
anybody that
care?
smoke weed.
You know why I care? Because
Yeah.
it's a guy like me that get caught up in the crossfire. Minding my business, going to a store and getting a sandwich. And then now I'm caught up with Jamal in the weed dispensary. Are they going to have armed guards in there? Because they better. Out here, they have a security guard. Right, Cindy? They got the security guards in the dispensaries out here.
they do.
What they going to have in New York City? They better have a National Guard dude in there.
They do.
But no, it's okay. You started at 420 yesterday. You thought it was cute. Wait. New York, be careful. Be careful, New York City.
Shout out to
And
New
for
York.
You, guys
You don't need
who-
a card.
And for you guys who...
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
need a
talking-
card?
No, it's recreational. So anybody 18 and over can go in and buy your stuff.
and for you guys...
Oh, wow.
And for you guys who bypass... And
Hello?
for you guys who bypass your beloved dealer for years to go across the street to buy some trash, shame on you.
Get some more flavors.
Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Miss
Yo,
Miko.
what's going on, Sean? #1 Jets fan. Your boy Drew's here.
Let's clap for Drew Chills.
Hey,
Come on.
Drew.
We love
Good
you, bro.
morning.
Good
We
morning.
love you, bro.
But today I'm calling in on my alter ego, bro. Today I'm calling in as Don Marihuanero.
Dan Mario.
Talk to us.
Well, buenos dias, my friend.
And that translates in English to Senor Marijuana.
Well, thank you. Cindy, bring
Some real-
Lindsay in here. Yeah, bring Lindsay in here if you don't mind. Go ahead, my friend.
Now, I just came in and I could get the gist of what you're saying. But let me just say this. On some real shit. People need to get educated. Because we don't want the government writing the narrative for us, right?
Right?
That's number one. Number two, if you were serious about your game, you knew all these Babylonian trust fund babies were going to come in when it came time to giving out the licenses, specifically in New York City and in cities like New York. But I'm going to talk about New York specific because what I saw happen and what's going on down here is the government is controlling how the licensing gets given out. We all knew that was going to happen. But again, us as people of color and economic limitations got froze out all over again, right? So, of course, you're going to have the brother that's going to say, fuck that. I'm going to go, excuse me, that's going to just go out and get a store and hook it up. And he's probably going to be just as good, if not better. But here's the thing. There has to be some sort of education. And although the homie that's been probably servicing you for the last 100 years and has given you good product, given you good flour, given you good dap, whatever, you know, he's got to kick his game up too and educate himself and know that now because the playing field has changed and the game has changed and flipped on its head, you want to keep those people. Well, let me tell you, man, you're gonna still have those dudes make their bread regardless, because the real recognize real, and the good weed is always gonna speak for itself, the product, right?
Okay.
But if you're talking about us as individuals and even as a culture and as a people, we're the ones that have been demonized for this for so long. we're the ones, our black and brown bodies have been the ones that have been stuck in jail, and this brother's still in jail now, or for shit that's legal now. You know, so it's like a very sticky situation, but I think as a community, whether it's the weed community or the black and Latino community, we have to educate ourselves.
Drew, are you bypassing Jamal and them to go across the street for the dispensary, my friend?
What do you mean, the legal dispensary?
Yes.
Okay, now here's the thing. What people don't know is you really can't just walk off the street and go into some of these dispensaries like that. So, I mean, I'm going to be real. If their game look tight, and when I go in and I ask questions, and I'm going to ask questions because remember, I'm someone who smokes most of his cannabis because of my ailments. So if there's someone who's educated enough to tell me, yo, these are the strains, this is a hybrid, these are the parents, this is the THC level in this right here, and this is what's good for this, that, and the third, I'm good. I'm definitely going to go see because I'm going to support my people first.
Okay.
First and foremost. And sometimes I'm going to support them just because. I might go across the street and buy an eighth from them and then maybe get another quarter or half from the dispensary just because.
Well, I hear that.
That's just how I roll because, Senny, you know me. Shoot. You know what I mean? So.
Well, Drew, you already sound very educated anyway on the weed. But I'm just saying, like, for me, if I was a weed smoker, Miss Miko, and Jamal did right by me, I don't know why we keep saying Jamal, but whatever.
You gave him that name. But carry on.
And he did right by me throughout all these years, and I was as educated as Drew is. I'm not going to the dispensary. I'm still rolling with my guy because I'm loyal like that.
You can do both. You can do both.
So, Shawn, don't forget. Let's not run it, man. If the dispensary got that good, Jamal's gonna have to step his game up then and be able to compete with. That's just business 101. Now.
Wait a minute, Drew. How can he? Wait a minute, Drew. Wait a minute. How can he compete when he's doing something illegal?
See, that's the thing, right? Technically, it's a gray area where it's decriminalized, right? And like right now in New York, no shit, and they're starting to crack down.
Drew, stop cursing.
I'm sorry. And they starting to crack down on this is where, and it's only because the sheriff's office don't have the bodies. They're going into these bodegas and these unlicensed pharmacies,
right,
and they're taking the product, and you're getting tickets. Okay. The only difference now is that you're going to court instead of going to Rikers straight away.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, at least there's that. But,
Drew.
I want to say good morning. Much love. Always respect. Sorry for the language. I'm here token on some VP5. To my people out there, much love, enough respect. Educate yourself, man, because, you also want to know what you're putting in your bodies as well.
Well, to my fellow Jet fan, I truly appreciate you. Thanks for educating us. And it's an exciting day for all of you, my guys that's out there.
Before I forget, Shawn, man, the next time you come down to New York, I got something for you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Because you a Jets fan, you already know it was at that Thursday game where we froze, we lost, and it was, oh my God, man.
That Minnesota game too, man. Oh my God.
Bro, but it's crazy how we could win 2 games, and if somebody just loses one, we could be pretty good. Just saying.
All right, guys. Drew's on the phone. Drew, we love you to death, man. Thank you
Peace,
so much.
love.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Drew. So we're here, guys. It's our end of the show for the year, end of the year show, and we're excited to be here. Lindsay Blair's in the building. Lindsay, say hi to these folks.
Hello, folks. Chatties.
Okay. Good morning, and how are you?
I'm well. I cannot complain.
Well, it's good to see you. Look well.
Thank you.
How's your holiday going? Are you into the holidays?
I'm not into the holidays, but I am into time off and family.
Okay.
And shopping for myself as well.
Right. So are you the type, like, you don't do the Christmas tree? You don't do the Christmas carols?
No.
So it's safe to say you don't have to clean up anything in the crib.
No.
Let's clap for that, because they was talking about they was starting a new trend, Lindsay, online. No Christmas for the kids, and no gifts. And they,
rats.
yeah, no, they was starting a new movement because they were saying, Lindsay, that Christmas should be an experience for the family and the holidays, because the experience of love and family lasts longer than a gift.
You know,
That's what the
I'm a
moms
history
were saying.
major, so all that is post 1940, maybe 50. That's not where Christmas started. Not even religiously. Like, it came from the Brits. It was to make money, and they targeted children from day one. So technically, the children should be first because they generate the most amount of money for these retailers. So.
Word.
But Cindy, do you think that's would you join a movement like that? No Christmas for the kids, no gifts, because there's a bunch of moms in the nation that started that movement, and actually it started trending. And they interviewed one of the moms, and she was like, "No, we're not doing gifts. We're not doing that." And the babies were in the background looking crazy.
Listen, if you don't gotta just say that, you don't gotta get everybody in with you. Okay, that's just like some of my friends. All of a sudden, a bunch of people started coming up Jehovah's Witnesses around the holidays. Like, if your parents don't got it, that's just what it is. Just say that. No, I didn't do that. And you know me, I am not for these holidays. But, you know, when in Rome, do what they do, right? So I get them the gift.
So, Cindy, would we be safe to say
and be grateful for whatever it is?
Well, Cindy, it's actually a valid point, because look at the consensus in the room. You and I, we did the Christmas thing. We yield to the Babylonians.
Yeah.
And
we here.
And Miko and Lindsay Blair, they didn't. You didn't celebrate Christmas, right? You don't do that, right?
Nope.
Right. It's just a regular day to you. Mm-hmm. So, Cindy, it's actually a valid point when 50% of the room did the Christmas and the other 50 didn't. This is something that may catch on and be trendy moving
But they
forward.
don't have young. Do you have kids?
No, I do not.
She doesn't have kids, and Miko's daughter is old as hell. So
no.
Not
My
old as
kid-
hell, but she
my
older.
son-
So
Yeah,
it,
you're right. You said old as hell. That's
like
hilarious.
Lindsay said, old as hell meaning like she's far from a kid. So of course they didn't do it. Because like Lindsay said, it's for the kids.
Well,
now when my kids turn 18, there probably won't be no gift giving.
Yeah,
probably
but
gonna be like, I'm gonna be waiting for my gifts.
All right, but Cindy, at least
what you
still,
got, Mama, this year?
Yeah, but Cindy, do you still put up the Babylonian tree? Because I still got the tree up in the crib.
Yeah, do it.
See,
Tree,
but I'm saying you
it's
don't
the
have to get,
decoration.
it doesn't matter how old a child is. It's the whole Christmas thing.
Well, yeah,
I know
'cause
that Lindsay said it was geared back in the day for the children, but folks who kids that have kids of age, and listen, I'm the one who got old ass kids. My son will be 40 next week of tomorrow.
Exactly, but you still have a small child in the home,
right? But
so you got to do
tree.
it for him,
right? But I'm just saying the tree's up.
Yeah.
But Cindy, are you gonna Are you gonna keep the tree? You gonna keep that tradition going, or you gonna join these two and yield to the holidays?
Yeah, I might not. I don't think I'm gonna do the whole tree and everything. I'm thinking starting next year or 2023, I'm gonna start doing trips. Like we'll go on a vacation, so we don't have to deal with all of that. We'll just like go somewhere for a week. I'm thinking about doing that for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Lindsay,
like we're gonna be gone for 10 days.
Lindsay, you think Lindsay Blair's here. Lindsay, you think that Cindy and I, most black folks, have sold out to the Babylonians for Christmas? Are you judgmental towards us?
I am not judgmental.
And it's okay if you are.
I think we're conditioned.
Oh, that Cindy.
As a group.
It's true.
Cindy, she said Cindy. She went deeper than judgmental. She said, Cindy, she said we are Cindy, we're conditioned.
We are. Every month there's something to celebrate. It's just capitalism. So I think that it is smart that people are waking up and putting less emphasis on it, because all they want you to do is spend your money.
It's like when you look at like Hanukkah, they get 12 gifts, but it's not as commercialized because it's not part of the,
yeah, but Lindsay, Kwanzaa is more is less promoted with black folks than the WNBA.
Because it was a made up holiday.
So
knock it off. Black folks are running around here with sleighs and reindeers.
It's true. We ain't lying.
And I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you the 6th day of Kwanzaa. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I'm conditioned. She's right.
And then Boyz II Men did his Christmas song. I just wanted to say that because it hurts. And then we really were messed up. Like, what were we gonna do? Let me get out of it.
And well, because Kwanzaa was never gonna catch on.
So,
it's not tied
we
to any
say
religion.
She says that we're conditioned, which I agree. But then at the same time, I don't see this Kwanzaa movement out here like that. So are we conditioned, or are we?
What anything a black person gonna create gonna stay like that? We don't even stay within our own community.
Exactly.
So of course it's not gonna catch on like that.
Black folks are running around here.
That's supposed to be our
CJ.
holiday that we're supposed to adopt, but ain't nobody know where it come from. Some
CJ.
Pan-Africans decided to start it,
CJ.
and it didn't catch on. You tried, bro.
Have you heard of Black Peter?
No.
Cindy J.
Okay.
Black folks.
She said we could talk
CJ,
about that.
Black folks run around here with ugly sweaters. Tamiko has one on just to prove that. We don't run around here. Y'all talk
My
about
sister's
pagan and Babylonians, but we run around here. Black folks can't wait to put on big reindeers, ugly sweaters, Cindy J.
Yeah.
We're a jovial people. We're happy. and I think that's what needs to be really
Black
focused
people-
on. We like to celebrate. We like to, come together, eat, enjoy each other. And these are the days we have off from work.
Right.
It's already predetermined. That's part of the conditioning.
Right.
Okay.
Right,
So
right.
like, what else are you gonna do? Like Thanksgiving, and we all know that's a lie.
Like,
You gonna eat?
Right.
The turkeys are damn near free. Am I allowed to say damn?
yeah.
They giving out turkeys, hams. You gonna cook them?
So then let me ask you this
I
question.
get excited to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, so I don't care what it is. I had on
I'm
a
eat tacos on Cinco de Mayo. They on sale.
I had a Kiss
But
Me I'm
Lindsay, are
Irish
you,
shirt on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Lindsay,
Who cares?
Soda bread.
Lindsay, do you step in the name of love?
Oh no! So I heard y'all the other day talking about this. Let me tell you something.
Since we're all conditioned here, because Miko and I, we step.
I sometimes, I don't want to say woke because
Not
but my
sometimes.
eyelids be so far up. I can't. When I tell you, when I hear him singing, it feels like I'm listening to a groomer sing to a child. So it
right.
no longer gets me in the mood.
Right.
It no longer makes me want to step. I don't know who he was stepping with, and it makes me think about it.
Right.
When
But
this-
I know it, but it's hitting. I do the keys in the ignition, the toot.
Right.
the beep, beep, that messes me up though.
So if you was on the dance
It's
floor,
muscle memory.
if you was on the dance floor, and all of a sudden Step Love came in, like Cindy J said, she would vow never to dance to R. Kelly song, but we saw her do it twice.
Ain't nobody saw
would
me
you,
and then go
once at my
doing
wedding
it.
one at Tamiko spot?
No, I
And
wasn't.
it's recorded.
No, it wasn't. Play the recording.
I
Please.
can. I can.
Find
I do
it.
have it.
Find
I do
it.
have
We
it.
need footage.
Now,
Find
now,
it.
when the step of the name of love comes on, since
Oh,
everybody's
Johnny.
conditioned, are you stepping off the dance floor?
My heart wants to say that's what I'm gonna do. Now I know sometimes my heart does not always line up with what my imperfect flesh.
Exactly,
My
girl.
heart may be crying, but my feet may be doing that two-step because it's just hard. I mean, James Brown wasn't right. Let's just go there. I was talking about this with my dad the other day. James Brown wasn't right.
Okay.
Okay, but it's James Brown, so it's hard not to dance to
See,
it. I don't know what the answer is.
You know what my answer
I
is,
don't think
and
I
it's
danced to any
what we all
James
talked
Brown.
about. It's like this: if I'm stepping,
Period.
right? I'm stepping.
Period.
I'm stepping.
He goes, period.
But there's a but to it. Pause.
I can make jokes, but I'm not.
Listen, y'all
If
want
it
to sit in
happened,
your
if
car.
the R. Kelly situation hit my home, like somebody in my family or daughter or cousin or whatever, now I'm not stepping.
I actually have an R. Kelly story.
Go ahead, real
Not for
quick.
me, but I will put it out there. Like I went to St. John's at 99, 2000, and I was in a dorm room with two Dominican twins from Chicago. They had their friends come over. They were still in high school. I remember this specifically. I was 17 in college. We couldn't get into clubs. These girls were underage. They had R. Kelly on speaker.
Oh,
He was hitting up their little. I don't know if they were sidekicks back in the day. I don't remember. So don't ask me specifics. But I remember he was texting, and we didn't believe. Like the rest of the girls were like, y'all ain't talking to R. Kelly. Like they put him on speaker, and he was singing and stuff. And I remember I was like, oh, that is so dope. as I'm a grown woman now, I'm thinking like,
That's so dope.
in danger.
Losing danger.
Every last one of us got peed on that night. He was trying, like, he was telling me to come back to Chicago.
That's
And
hilarious.
hang out and leave Queens. And it was just like, we're like, girl, he like, but it to me, it sounded like R. Kelly. He was singing, I forgot what song it was, but he did a couple of notes and we all were swooning, but we were all like underdeveloped. And I look at it now as a grown woman, like, that was weird.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, he ain't touched me, but had he touched me, I get that too. Being a little extra.
All right, no doubt.
Right, it's fine.
All right. Anything else? Because
I want to bring that into the new year. Go ahead.
we got
Inviting
Antoine.
the devil into your home.
We got Antoine Quad playing music. Miss Miko, you have anything before we get out of here?
Why don't we
twisted?
say what our New Year's resolutions are?
Okay.
Do you have one, Shawn?
No, I don't really get into that.
Wow.
Honestly, I just try to do daily maintenance.
But
and
you do Christmas.
I-
But you can't
I
do
do-
a little
No,
resolution.
I don't. The resolution.
You can't think about what you want the year to bring.
That whole thing with that is, to me, is BS. You know, people.
Oh, that's BS.
Yeah, it is, because people will say, you know, I'm going to start doing this on the 1st, and then on the 3rd it's done.
Well, it's just words.
And no, I continue
Well,
daily
make a
maintenance.
resolution today.
I don't. My resolution is to continue doing daily maintenance on my ass. Pause.
The pastor said you going to church. That's your
Yeah,
resolution.
yeah, Shawn.
We're not doing that, Pastor. We're not doing that. We're not going to church. We're not going to do
Let
that.
him know.
I
I'm
can say
I'm
that.
not even gonna waste your time, Pastor. We're not doing that.
I don't got 10% for you. I'm
That's right,
sorry. I'm not going either.
Even though I've been to hell 7 times, that ain't gonna happen. Cindy, let's start with Lindsay. What's your resolution?
Lindsay, do you have a resolution?
I too, although I do not celebrate Christmas, so I can say this. I normally don't do resolutions, but I do have initiatives for each year. My 2023 initiative is to get off 30 pounds by June for my brother's wedding. Another 10 pounds to get a boob job.
Okay.
Share why don't you?
girl.
Wow.
Okay.
And there's a lot that goes into a boob job. I need to elevate my funds.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also need to be planning trips and whatnot. There's a lot that comes with that boob job.
Well, you can come with us to Panama. Cindy, what's your
She
thing?
said she's coming to Panama. She gonna come.
Cindy, what's
I
up?
could have new boobs.
Yes, girl. And I would love to see
Well,
them.
I'm
Hallelujah.
gonna get some new. Oh God.
There for support, girl.
Yeah. Hey, Lindsay, I'm gonna get some bicep implants. Go ahead, Miss Miko. You're next. Go ahead. Then we'll close it out with Cindy.
Oh God.
We got Antoine Quad guys playing music.
Just to move forward and keep pushing. That's it.
Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. That's not a resolution to me. though.
Exactly, because she's being honest. She's not gonna sit there and go, "Yo, we're gonna do this by March." No, it's not. It's not gonna work. Miss Miko, I'm with you. You're being realistic. Lindsay, God bless
I
you.
put a lot out there.
Lindsay, you put a lot, boy. You gotta start
like,
today.
okay.
Lindsay, you gotta start yours on the 30th. And God bless you. I hope it all works out.
God.
Let's see.
But listen, in February the 12th, if it's not working out, we still here for you. Go ahead,
That's
Cindy.
fine, but don't bring it up.
I won't. I
We won't
won't.
bring it up. This is
won't.
the first and last time.
That's right.
We gonna hear about your resolution. We gonna talk about your resolution.
Go ahead, Cindy. Antoine Quad, guys.
I was thinking about it, but I think I'm just gonna keep on what I've been doing, and my resolution is to continue. I want to travel more than I did. I started it off 2022 strong. I'm gonna do more in 2023. So that is my resolution. I want to have at least a trip planned every 2 months.
Okay, cool. And for me, this daily maintenance, trying to stay away from the Ritalin. I have severe ADHD. I'm not doing that, and that's what it is. And I just hope everybody's safe, for the close out of this year and continue into the next year. And guys, we want all of you to continue the journey with us here at the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team in 2023. God willing, with Miss Miko and Cindy J.
Yes.
All right, so anything else?
No.
We gotta get the Antoine Quad. Anything else, Miss Miko?
Tonight we're doing Pink Friday at Indigo Hookah Lounge.
What?
Come on down and celebrate
What?
and hang out with us. It's Pink Friday. It's the last Friday
Pink
of the year.
Friday,
So we're gonna call it
okay.
Pink
Is
Friday.
this a movement you
All
started?
things pink. All things pink. Soft and pink. So come on and hang out with us tonight.
Anything pink.
Oh my
Think I have
God.
anything.
Okay. Let me get my pink shirt
Shout out to the Indigo.
All right. Is the fellas too pink?
Yeah, all
okay.
things pink.
Okay,
All things pink.
Yeah.
Put some pink laces in these shoes. Head on out to the club.
Cindy, what you got? Antoine Qua, guys.
Yeah, Antoine Qua. No, thank you guys for celebrating with us this New Year's. This is our first New Year's Eve party on the show. So I would say it has been a success.
Yes, let's clap for that.
And maybe we'll do one again next year.
Yeah. So, guys,
So
we
thanks
truly.
all
Lindsay,
for
would you
being
like
here.
to say anything?
Shout out everybody in the struggle and to all my people on lockdown, except for Tori.
Yo.
Except for
Keep your head
Tori.
up. Everybody keep your head up except for Tori.
That's right.
Except for Tory. Right. You for him going to jail.
Under
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I would prefer him under the jail, but
I got a funny feeling you used to listen to a lot of Public Enemy back in the day. Or some elder in your family. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you related to Chuck
Lindsay,
D?
do you want to put a time on it? We were doing Tory Lane's sentencing predictions.
Okay.
I think he's getting sentenced on the 26th or the 16th of this month.
I think he's going to get maybe about 2 to 3 years. I know it sounds ridiculously short, but
Yeah.
massage on the wall
Yeah.
is a thing, and I think he's not going to get as much time as people would.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
I know. My sister was like, he gonna get a year.
Yeah, I could see him.
It's like, celebrities. They never really. What was the last celebrity that got like time?
R. Kelly.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he is currently under the jail.
Yeah.
Princess said,
So-
I just found an old bag of weed for me. Thank you, Princess. All right.
Not an old bag.
An old bag of weed. All right,
It's
guys.
CBD now.
I think that's it. We're going to turn it over to Antoine Qua. I'm going to play a little bit of Qua right now, but only for a few seconds because, we can't play it on this site. But we have all our other participating apps. Antoine Qua.
Y'all can listen on YouTube.
Yeah, January the 14th at Mr. East in, I was going to say Inglewood. Irvington, New Jersey, big birthday bash. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team will be there on the red carpet. We truly appreciate him for inviting us, and thank you so much. January the 15th, we're at the Iron Mule, 831 South Delaware Drive, Eastern Pennsylvania, big comedy show. We also have a lot of public events for the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. We give you all that rundown on Monday. When we come back, we'll be back next week. So, guys, God bless you. Let's wave at them. It's the middle camera right there, guys. Let's wave at them. God bless. We're going to turn it over to Antoine Qua. And Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year.
DJ Qua.
Bye.
Thank you.
It's so nasty. It's so nasty.
DJ
DJ Qua.
Yes, it's your main man Antoine Qua, baby. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yes. Oh man, want to give a big shout out to Shawn Harvey and the whole morning show. Big shout out to Cindy J. Miko, what up? Miss Miko, baby. Yep. Turn it up real loud, real good. Giving you number energy this morning, baby. So wake the up. Here's Qua. Go. everybody in the chat room right about now. Let's go. Antoine Choir. Let's rock. Hey.
DJ Quad.
Yeah, wanna know what it's like? Baby, show me what it's like.